Uh, Hi. Quick little update, which I wasn't expecting to happen, but it is now. So I wanted to change the names of like TP and toilet paper, the name of your special and the name of like your magic. I wanted to change the names of them, and when I was doing that, I got the idea that I can make a morality system. Since Taoism, like I said, it plays a pretty big role in a lot of the concept of this, like the underlying like bones of it. Well, kind of in the fabric of it, I guess. So instead of having just one special thing, I have two things. I have yin and I have yang. Yin, here, I'll start with yang. Yang is essentially magic, so you'll use your yang points or whatever. You'll use yang for this. These attacks cost yang, and they give you yin. And those will be like healing attacks or like buffs, stuff like that. And then you have yin. Did I say all that right? Yang. Yang is Yang gives you yin, and it is like healing and stuff, and it costs yang. Yin is the opposite. Yin gives you yang, and it costs yin. So, and yin is gonna be attacks and statuses, so like damage based kind of stuff. However, you also have, so right now I had to figure some things out. Thankfully, the RPG Maker forums, I know RPG Maker game, but it's honestly, I think, I said a weird thing right now. I think this is honestly the best platform for like the art direction that I want. I've used Unity, I've used Unreal. Neither of those would be sufficient for doing this. Like this is what I want. I mean, I'm here because I was inspired to make something like this. So, anyways, underrated platform, I think. Engine or whatever. So you have Sock Eater, which you all know and love, and this. On successful attack, it gives you some yin, and then it applies a status, or it gives you some yang, and it applies a status to the enemy, of course, as usual, except that it gives you yin now, or yang. And then, this is a little test thing, obviously. It says, test for yang function. So this, I was thinking, so like how you could heal yourself. This is essentially the similar thing, except what this will do is this will give you a lot more yang. I need to up the ante on that, but it will give you a lot more yang, but the consequence is that it applies a status, which right now I'm calling Crisis. We'll see what that is, and Crisis takes HP away for a certain amount of turns. So the trade-off is that you inflict a status effect, like a poison essentially, on yourself for a greater use or a greater gain of yang. And I think that this system's, once I get it balanced, I mean, it's already kind of fine. Once I get it balanced, I think this is going to be super cool. I'm actually extremely excited about that. I really wanted to get into the math design and start on chapter 1 and out of chapter 0, but then this happened. However, the battle system is going to be introduced in the beginning of chapter 1, so still counts. Now, for yin and yang, I was thinking of having like a morality system. So choices you make in the game will automatically like give you more yin or more yang. Maybe even some choices will take away from one or another. I think that'd be an interesting way to do that, as well as like a baseline increase. I think that'll be cool. I really like that. I like the idea of having a morality system that directly changes the combat, and kind of vice versa. I think so. Like I'm excited for that because I want the battle system. I like, obviously that's not the core of the game, but I do want the combat to feel good. You know, I want it to be unique in however I can, and with everything I've got going on here so far, it's pretty close to how I want it. I can't think of too much right off the top of my head that I would want to change. I think it's a good I think it's an interesting system, and we'll see how it plays out. It's just there's going to be a little bit of balancing between like HP ratios and yin and yang, and how much of what gives what, and what the trade-offs are, because there has to be consequences, right? Like self-heal should cost a lot of yang. It shouldn't be something you could do very often, especially since it's balanced with yin. And like yin shouldn't give you, it shouldn't be something that you could just spam. So I have to figure out how much yin to use for all of that and everything. But that's it. Just a cool little thing I thought was awesome, and I wanted to bring up because I'm really excited for that. It's gonna be a good backbone to the whole game, I think. That's it. Hopefully the next update will be a little bit more interesting, but this is still pretty cool. I mean, you got to admit, right? That is a pretty good little system. Right now, it should be noted that I haven't set up how much yin it takes to use that. It's because it's all for testing, as it says, testing. But yeah, I hope you like that. I like that.